Hi everyone, welcome to Mumso Code video guide session. In the previous video, we created a user class, translated that into a SQL table, and then populated default value. In this video, we're going to work on an application that has set of categories, and each category can have set of items. Now we're going to design the models that is required for this application. Now let's work on our category model. I'm going to select list type here. And the entity name is going to be category, which is the class name that we will be writing. The unique identifier for this particular entity is going to be ID, and I want to treat it as GUID data type. The next one is the name. The category names can be colors. So here I want to treat it as string data type. The other one that I want here is items. So a category can have set of items. Whenever we see a collection entity, there's an opportunity for us to normalize into a different table. So let me remove this from here. I'll go add in another table that I want to be named as item. Here, the identifier I want to be ID and type GUID. Even the item can have a name. So if color is my category, red is an item, and this is of type string. Now, what I want to establish is if red is going to be my item, the category for red is going to be color. So I want to establish the relationship here. So I'm going to take in the category ID, and this is going to be a foreign key reference. So I'm going to link this ID that is there in the category table as part of the items category ID. So whenever we are going to create an entry for category, let's say the color category is going to have an ID 123, which is not a GUID. It's not easy for me to call out a GUID number out of my mind. So I'm going to treat it as 123 for now. So it's going to be 123. Then I'm going to create an item of name red and refer the category ID as 123. Okay. What else do we need in an application entity? Have you ever been asked, or have you asked someone, when did I make this transaction? Who made this transaction? Who updated it? When was it updated? All the auditing data, right? So here in our application, we also want the same thing. So when was a category color got created? And we wanted to understand when did an item called red got created or updated, right? So I want to add a few more auditing fields here. So this one is going to be created date. This is going to be of date time. Let me expand this a little bit. Okay. And then I wanted to understand when was this record updated. So this is going to be updated date. Then comes the user questions. So who updated it? Who created it? So what I want is created by. And who will be the person? That's going to come us from the user table. So this is the relationship that I'm going to establish here, which says this user of ID, again, 123, not a GUID, created this particular category. The same comes in for the person who updated it. So that's also going to be coming from the user table, updated by. This is going to be updated date. Yeah. Okay, so let me establish the relationship to the updated by. Move it out here. Come on. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So I think the same four attributes will be holding good even for the item. Okay, let's expand this as well. Okay, I'm not going to draw the lines for these coming from the user table, but it's implicitly understood. Sorry for that. Okay, so on a recap, what we did was our application scenario wanted set of categories, and each category wanted set of items. So we went ahead and created a category entity. We said what's going to be the unique identifier. A category can have its name, and then we designed our item table that's going to have a unique identifier and a name. So to establish the relationship telling this item belongs to this category, we defined the foreign key and then linked it to the category ID. Then for our application, we added up the auditing fields. So in the next video, let's translate these models into C# code and perform our migrations so we can see these tables into the SQL Server. Thank you for watching.